of course, what we have seen on the ground, actually since last spring, is that they are moving forces around, but that doesn't represent a real de-escalation. And we're also seeing that sometimes they move into a position with combat-ready troops and a lot of heavy equipment. And then they take out some of, or perhaps even most of the troops, but they leave the equipment behind. And then they can very quickly reinforce and move all the people back, all the troops back again if needed. So the movement of forces, the movement of Russian capabilities doesn't represent real de-escalation. NATO strongly believes that all nations have the right to choose their own path, and the NATO's door remains open. The enlargement of NATO has been a great success. It helps to spread democracy, freedom, and ensure peace and stability across Europe for decades. So far, we have not seen any de-escalation on the ground from the Russian side. Over the last weeks and days, we have seen the opposite, a continued military build-up with more troops, more battle groups, more high-end capabilities, artillery, air defense, missiles, and a lot of support elements that makes it possible for Russia to move into Ukraine for a full-fledged invasion or a more limited military incursion with hardly any warning time at all. That picture has not changed so far, but we monitor, we follow what they do, and we believe there is some ground for cautious optimism based on the signals and signs coming from Moscow that they're ready to continue to engage in a diplomatic effort, and we are ready to continue to engage in a diplomatic effort. I think fundamentally what we see is that two authoritarian powers, Russia and China, are operating together because they don't like a rules-based international order. They don't share our values, freedom, democracy. And that's also the reason why they try to deny sovereign democratic nations the right to choose their own future. They want a world where big powers can decide what smaller powers and countries can do. So this is about fundamental principles, whether free, independent countries can choose to be part of an alliance as NATO, or they can choose to stay out. We should respect it anyway.